going at band? The best is, the best was, the best ever will be. There'll be none before me, and there'll be none after me. Therefore, I am the one and only Jacoby, and welcome to Wrestling Made Simple. We got an action-packed week this week with the news of the week, followed by your SmackDown review, and then a review of 2023 SummerSlam. We then go into a review of WWE Raw. We will then have your drink of the week, followed by a reading from the Book of Rules, and then the Battle Droid of the week. We will not be doing Payback this week. We will move that to next week, as I forgot that I had SummerSlam review this week. Try and keep the show short, ladies and gentlemen, shorter than it should be. But let's get into the news this week, as we have a top superstar leaving WWE, titles vacated due to injury, and the current list of injured superstars on WWE TV. But who's leaving WWE? Apparently Ronda Rousey is done with WWE, as she finished her shows at SummerSlam, and apparently she has nothing left to do with WWE, so why should she stay? That is her words, apparently, so I have no clue why she would want to leave. She's making good money. Maybe she wants to go back to UFC. I don't know. But I guess that's what she's choosing to do, so bye-bye. Two titles have been vacated due to injury. The women's tag titles, as Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville will have to vacate the titles, as Sonya Deville has tore her ACL. This sucks. I don't know how long she'll be out of wrestling, but unfortunately she will have to undergo surgery. So, well wishes to her. Hopefully she gets better soon. Let's look at the injury list and see who is currently on the WWE injury list. So we got Amari Miller, who tore their ACL at New Year's Evil. Ariana Grace, who again is out with a knee injury and ACL surgery, and is expected to return maybe late August. Maybe. Bayley has hurt her knee in July. She has been out of action, but she says she is good to go. She's been on TV, so we'll wait and see on that one. Big E, who has been out since 2022 with a neck injury. He has gotten surgery. It feels 100%, but no return date has been given. Braun Strowman, who had fusion neck surgery, last wrestled 2023, May 1st. No expecting when he will be back. Elton Prince, who separated his shoulder, has been appearing on TV and should be back in a week or two. Kevin Owens, who has a fractured rib, no expected return date. Liv Morgan, shoulder injury, no expected return date. Nikita Lyons, who has an ACL and meniscus, underwent surgery, last wrestled in January, no expected return date. R-Truth, who underwent 2 surgeries, last wrestled in November 1st, 2022. No expected return date, but said he will be back soon. Randy Orton, who has a back injury, underwent back fusion surgery, no expected return date. Robert Roode, underwent neck fusion surgery and the C4, C5 cervical fusion surgery. Hasn't wrestled since 2022. No expected return date. Has been working as a producer since. Ronda Rousey apparently got injured at SummerSlam. No injury disclosed yet. Sami Zayn, who has a Barissa sack injury in his elbow, which is what John Cena had many years ago. No expected return date. Sol Ruca, who last wrestled on April 14th, tore her ACL, underwent surgery, no expected return date. Sonya Deville tore ACL last week on SmackDown, no expected return date. Titus O'Neil hasn't wrestled since 2020, is healing from a knee injury. And Wendy Chu, undisclosed injury, last wrestled on May 19th. Great American Bash media call says that she is rehabbing her injury. And that is everyone who is currently injured WWE. Jesus Christ. How many people can WWE... They are bit with the injury bug right now, ladies and gentlemen. This has been bad. Hopefully they all get a smooth, easy recovery, and we see a lot of them back in the ring soon. As I said, some of the most are expected to be back soon. There is no timetable for many of the others. But hopefully they will be back very soon. Let's go to SmackDown. SmackDown kicked off with a great match between LA Knight and Sheamus. A lot of the members of the Battle Royal would come out and would watch on the outside. Some would get into brawls. This led to LA Knight hitting the DFT BFT blunt force trauma. Finally remember what his finisher's name is this week. Picking up the win over Sheamus. We then get the Brawling Brutes versus the Good Brothers, which ended in a DQ as the Street Profits turned heel and aligned themselves with Bobby Lashley. Ooh, this could be a fun pairing. We then get Paul Heyman coming out saying what happened in the Bloodline in the last year is what Roman Reigns wanted. Heyman explained that Tribal Conflict, Jey Uso will come out and will lose. Jey Uso then came out and said he could forgive Solo Sikoa because Solo Sikoa is getting used by Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa then told Heyman to get out of the ring, and Jey super kicked Solo out of the ring. That was awesome. We then get Austin Theory versus Cameron Grimes in a great match. Cameron Grimes was able to take Austin Theory to the limit and really put up a good fight. There were a couple botches, which is expected from a newer superstar coming up from NXT, but still a very good match. You would have Austin Theory pick up the win with A-Town down. We then get Santos Escobar coming out and laying out Theory with a Phantom Driver. Very cool to see that one. We then get the Grayson Waller effect with Bayley and Io Sky on the show. You would have Grayson Waller try to pull off a joke by playing Shotzi's music, but then Shotzi's music really played. Someone came out driving a tank. But it wasn't Shotzi, as Shotzi appeared behind Bayley with clippers, chasing Bayley around the arena, and the person driving the tank was revealed to be Selena Vega. Selena Vega came out and had a match with Io Sky and actually won. This was a great showing for Selena Vega. Shows her as a powerful contender for the title. And this is actually going to be a fun ride. I'll get more into this in my SummerSlam review. We then get Jey Uso coming out to have a match with Solo Sikoa. Awesome match. Jey Uso would hit a spear and would pin Solo Sikoa. Solo attacked Jey after the match, but Jey fired back and took him out with a couple chair shots. Very fun SmackDown. Definitely a good go-home episode. It really made me excited for SummerSlam, which would take place the next night, and it's time for that review. SummerSlam kicked off with Logan Paul and Ricochet in their viral match, and it was a great match. Michael Cole had the best line about this match. It was awesome. It was fun. It ends with Logan Paul and Crony handing him brass knuckles. Logan Paul knocks out Ricochet. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul picks up the win. Michael Cole had the best line. That was a great match, but the ending sucked. And I can't help but agree. We then get Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar in the rubber match to end all rubber matches. These two fought as hard as they can. You had Brock Lesnar beating the shit out of Cody and trying to win basically by count out. Letting Cody hit the floor every time. Cody would beat the count basically at 9 every time. And then he would hit Brock Lesnar with steel stairs, which should have been a DQ, but I guess the ref wasn't paying attention or some shit. Allowing Cody to pick up the win. 1, 2, 3 over Lesnar. Cody Rhodes picks up his win and is cemented back into main event status. We then get the Slim Jim Battle Royal. This was fun. Omos will actually be the last entrant in the Battle Royal, and he would come out and wreck hell. You would actually have a great showing by Chad Gable, and I'll get more into that in my Raw review, but this was awesome. Great show by Chad Gable. But of course, the last person left standing was L.A. Knight. Yeah! L.A. Knight showed up. Great job by him. Awesome match. We then get the worst match of the night, the MMA Rules match. 1 second. Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey, MMA Rules, which are basically you submit or you're knocked out and you can't continue. That's it. That's the only way to win this. Shayna Baszler would pick up the win, making Ronda tap out or pass out in the Kirifuda clutch. 1, 2, 3. Shayna is your new new MMA Rules champion. I don't know what the fuck to say. I messed that up. Shayna Baszler picks up the win. That's what we're saying here. Shayna Baszler wins. Apparently this is Ronda Rousey's last match. Talk more about that on my Battle Droid of the Week. We then get Gunther versus Drew McIntyre in a fight. This was a fight for the IC title. This is what I want. I didn't want a 30-minute classic from these guys. I ran into a wrestling fan while I was out to dinner with my father watching a football game, and I was talking with him. I go, hey, I heard you're a wrestling fan. He goes, yeah, I am. And I started talking about the podcast, started talking about wrestling. And I said, what match do you really feel you can steal the show at SummerSlam? And he said this match, and I couldn't help but agree with him that I think it could steal the show, but I didn't want a match. I told him, I want a fight. I want these guys to go at it. I don't want technical wrestling from these guys. Even though Gunther and Drew McIntyre can do it for days and days, they could have great technical matches. But these guys, just the brutes going at it, fighting. I wanted fight night from these guys, and they delivered superplexes. You had a freaking splash by Gunther to pick up the win with his final powerbomb. This felt like a fight. So you know what? Gunther picks up the win, retains his title. I have no problem with it. Great match. We then get Seth friggin' Rollins versus Finn Balor. This was everything it should have been. This was the match. I told him, I said, it's either going to be Logan Paul and Ricochet or Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Those were my two picks. If it wasn't for the ending, they would have Ricochet and Logan Paul would have stolen this. But because of the ending, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor match of the night right here. There was no question in my mind. These guys have amazing chemistry. Even when Finn Balor was only working with one fucking arm, this guy could go. So you know what? I knew these guys were going to have an amazing match. They even replicated the match from SummerSlam 2016, where Finn Balor would get injured. They replicated that spot with Seth Rollins taking the powerbomb this time instead of Finn Balor. So that was awesome. Great match. Unbelievable. Seth Rollins ends up hitting the stomp after Damian Priest was trying to help Finn. Hits the stomp on the briefcase. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins retains his title. We then get your triple threat match for a WWE Women's Championship, and this was a good match as well. I wouldn't say it was great. It was good. You had everyone pulling out their finishers, everyone trying to hit everything they could on each other, and it was fun. You then had Charlotte lock in the figure eight on Bianca Belair. Asuka went for a pin on Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair then turned it around and hit a pin on Asuka. 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair is your new champion. Don't celebrate too long. As Io Sky cashes in. Io Sky beat the shit out of Bianca Belair. Cashed in her Money in the Bank contract. Hits her top rope finisher. 1, 2, 3. New women's champion, Io Sky. What a match. Now, this is where I was talking about that Zelina Vega thing. Zelina Vega just pinned the new women's champion on Friday Night SmackDown. What the hell does that mean for this? This is going to be good. I hope Zelina Vega uses that as, hey, I pinned you in the middle of this ring. I deserve a shot at your title. That's what I hope for. We then get your main event. By the way, this was also pointed out as this is the longest match Roman Reigns has ever had on pay-per-view at 36 minutes. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. And this was a good one. People are giving it shit because they didn't like the ending. I loved the ending. This was awesome. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. You don't even need the storyline. These two just need to go at it. Just let them wrestle. Family versus family. That's it. And they delivered every piece. Any time a weapon came in, you were excited. They had the crowd on their feet. Jey hits a splash on Roman. 1, 2, 2.5 and 3/4. Jay's pulled out of the ring. Solo's down. Paul Heyman's on the other side of the ring. He ain't doing shit. Who the fuck is this? The hooded figure takes off his hood, pulls down the bandana. Jimmy Uso turns heel on Jay.
So I apologize for all ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much you heard. Anyway, Jimmy Uso turns on Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso turns on Jay. Unbelievable. Jay loses the match. Roman Reigns picks up the win and retains his title. What a SummerSlam. I apologize if there's any silence in there. Apparently my mic decided to stop working. So let's see if it works now. That's big old negatory. So I'll just be using my headphones mic from now on. So anyway, great match. Unbelievable SummerSlam. If it wasn't for the Ronda Rousey Shayna Baszler match, I even enjoyed that one. It would be a 10 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Really enjoyed the SummerSlam. The more and more I think of it, it was awesome. It was fun. Great job by WWE here. Great job. Whew. Let's move on to Raw. As Raw kicks off with Cody Rhodes addressing Minneapolis, saying the Beast Incarnate gave him everything and he gave it back. The Beast Incarnate would actually shake Cody's hand after the match and actually give him a hug. I don't know if this is Brock Lesnar riding up into the sunset or not. Talk is he'll be back in WrestleMania season, but awesome. You would then get Seth Rollins coming out, challenging Cody Rhodes to a match at Payback. Then the Judgment Day would come out. Judgment Day comes out and starts laying out Cody and Seth. Sami Zayn comes out and makes the save. Sami Zayn beating the shit out of everybody in the ring. And it's announced a 6-man tag team match for later on in the night. Seems good to me. We then get a fatal 4-way with Chad Gable, Matt Riddle, Tommaso Ciampa, and Ricochet. Good match. Tommaso Ciampa really putting up a fight. But Chad Gable would pick up the win, and Chad Gable is your number one contender for the IC title. The crowd cheered Gable. It's his hometown. It is Minnesota. That was awesome to see. We then get LA Knight doing a photo shoot, and the Miz sees it backstage. The Miz gets pissed off, and that'll lead to an amazing promo segment later on the night. We then get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bronson Reed in a great match. Shinsuke Nakamura able to pick up the win over Bronson Reed in a kind of a quick, not too quick match, quick enough to where I'll talk about that later on the main event. We then get Zoe Starks versus Shayna Baszler in an awesome match. Shayna Baszler was able to pick up the win as you have Becky Lynch at ringside, making sure Zoe was going to lose, basically. We're going to get an interview with JD McDonough, with Shinsuke Nakamura, but Sami Zayn's attacked by a figure that we can't see, and as the figure stands up, it's JD McDonough. Looks like JD McDonough wants to join the Judgment Day. Awesome. Wouldn't mind that at all. Be a great thing to see him. It would be a perfect way to really get him on the main roster. We then get Ludwig Kaiser versus Otis in the match as Ludwig Kaiser was flirting with Maxine Dupree. Otis then steps up and says, worked out. I'll be the first one to say that. It worked out. Great job by them. We then get a promo from The Miz talking about how LA Knight doesn't respect anyone, how he doesn't respect him, how he never accused himself because he eliminated him from the Battle Royal from behind, blah, 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 all this and this stuff, and then LA Knight comes out and they cut a promo on each other. It's just perfect. Go look up this promo right now. I can't do it justice. Yeah, LA Knight messed up 1 second. He recovered it completely as fans. A couple fans started cheering for The Miz, and he looked, and LA Knight goes, hey, look, you gained a couple. Good on you. This could be a great feud. This could really be a great feud. We then get the Viking Raiders talking about how they would fight anyone right now. They've ended their thing with Alpha Academy and they're ready to fight anyone. So they sit to the ring for an open challenge. And the New Day answer, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. That's why I left him on the injury list, ladies and gentlemen. Kofi Kingston is back, having a great match. Kofi Kingston looks like he did lose a step. Xavier Woods having a great match. This was awesome. The New Day picked up the win over the Viking Raiders. We then get told that Sami Zayn will not be medically cleared to compete, and they will need to find a new tag team partner for the 6-man tag later on. Cody Rhodes leaves out to Seth Rollins to show that he trusts him. And who does Seth Rollins choose? Shinsuke Nakamura! Great match. And by the way, I've seen all the stupid shit about Seth Rollins wearing those big yellow boots. He came with the red boots and everybody cheered him. Fuck you if you're having trouble with this. You're just the asshole to that one. Awesome match. Raquel Rodriguez would attack Rhea Ripley before the match. Cody Rhodes would hit Priest with his Money in the Bank briefcase when the referee is distracted. Sami Zayn comes out and attacks Damian Priest when the ref is busy dealing with Finn Balor. Cody Rhodes then hits the crossroads on Finn Balor. 1, 2, 3. Seth hits Finn with a stomp. Game over. 6-man tag. Judgment Day lose. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Shinsuke Nakamura pick up the win. After the match, Cody and Seth are just staring daggers at each other. And then they shake hands and they go to the top rope and they pose together. Shinsuke with a kick shot on Seth. Looks like Shinsuke's done being Mr. Nice Guy as everybody's going, why? Why'd you do that? Well, I guess we're going to get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins as his next heavyweight feud. I would love to see that, please God. That would be awesome. This left everyone shocked. This was a great turn by Shinsuke Nakamura. Awesome job by WWE here. Their turns this week have been bar none awesome. Woo! Yeah, after all this, I could use a drink. How about a bomb to celebrate Payback's red gimmick? Let's go with a little red here. The shark attack shot. More of a bomb. It's 1 ounce tequila, a splash of blue curacao, 3 ounces lemon lime soda, grenadine, and UV cherry. So what you're going to do is pour your grenadine and the cherry equal parts into a shot glass. You're going to hold the shot glass up into a pint glass and making sure the edge of the shot glass is sealed by the face of the pint glass. Turn it over as quick as you can to make sure none of the red leaks out. Now that it's sealed, it won't leak out until you take it out. You then combine in a shaking glass with ice, combine the tequila, blue curacao, and lemon lime soda. Stir, do not shake with carbonated ingredients. Strain the blue mix into the pint glass over the shot so you have a perfect ocean blue over your red. Then you lift up that shot glass, shoot out the red into the pint glass, and you have a shark attack. Do that as a shot. Please drink responsibly. Do not drink and drive. Do not drink if you are under 21 in the United States, and do not overconsume on alcohol. And now a reading from the Book of Rules. A message from Talent congratulations to Vince McMahon. Dear Vince McMahon, before you leave the backstage area for the match, please confirm with us that you are indeed wearing something under your towel. There is often concern when you are already in the ring and beginning to take it off. Sincerely, Talent Relations. Everything for the Book of Rules. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Droid of the Week. You know what? She has earned the Super Bowl Droid. The Super Bowl Droid of the Week is Ronda Rousey. She's leaving WWE because there's nothing else she can do. She has never really put over the women's roster. Anytime she loses, she does so in a shit way. Her and Shayna even had issues going into SummerSlam of how the loss was going to be taken for Ronda. She couldn't tap out. She's Ronda Rousey. She couldn't be knocked out with a punch. This is Ronda Rousey. She couldn't put over Becky Lynch clean. This is Ronda Rousey. She has to be every other 4-horsewoman. This is Ronda Rousey. Ever since she came into WWE, she has been a nuisance and a mess. And I've hated every second of her run. This has been bullshit from the moment it started. She came here for money. She could say she came in as a fan. I don't believe one bit. You know, I try to be as nice and as unhostile as I can through this podcast. I'm biased. I've never been a Ronda Rousey fan. Don't get me wrong. One of the best mixed martial arts experts ever. One of the best combat sports athletes ever to grace this earth. And I will hold on to that till the day I die. So, you know what? Because of the way you've acted in WWE, because of the way you've treated people, because of the way you carried yourself, Ronda Rousey enjoyed the Super Battle Droid. Good luck in all your future endeavors.
Droid.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. Again, next week we will be back with a review of Payback 2017. One of my favorite pay-per-views, honestly. This, to me, is such a good one. It's a Raw exclusive pay-per-view, and it truly shows off the brand split era in all its integrity and all its goodness, in my opinion. Love every second of it. Thank you very much for listening. I've been the Big Guy. This has been Wrestling Made Simple. I hope you enjoyed it this week, and I'll see you guys next